You've spent your whole life giving. You gave your time. You gave your love. You gave your energy to your family, to your job, to your community. And now, in your later years, you sit quietly and wonder, was any of it ever returned? You might feel alone, forgotten, like you've become invisible in your own home, in your own world. And worse sometimes, you might catch yourself waiting for a call, a visit, some sign of love or appreciation. Let me tell you something. You were never meant to beg for love, not when you were young, and certainly not now. In Buddhism, we say, attachment is the root of suffering. Today, I want to show you something different, not a religion, not a ritual, but a gentle way of looking at your life with clarity, strength, and peace. Let's talk about why you don't need to chase love anymore and how to return to your inner home, the one that never abandoned you. Let's begin. You see, the world often teaches us that we are valuable only when we are needed. When you're a parent raising kids, your hands are always full. You are essential. When you're working and earning, you're respected. You're visible. But after retirement, after the children are grown, after the roles have faded, you start to ask, who am I now? This question, who am I, is the most sacred question in all of Buddhism. But notice, it's not who was I, and it's not who do they think I am. It's who am I right now, without anyone else's opinion. Most people never ask that. They spend their whole lives building their identity around others, being a good mother, a strong father, a loyal friend, and there's beauty in that, of course, but there's also danger, because when you tie your worth to others, the moment they leave or forget or grow distant, you feel like your value disappears too. That's when the loneliness begins. That's when the begging begins. Not always with words, sometimes just in silence. A quiet hoping that someone remembers you. But what if I told you that your worth has never changed? Not once. Not when you stopped working. Not when your hair turned gray. Not when your children stopped calling. Because your value never came from others in the first place. In Buddhism, we practice something called non-attachment. It doesn't mean not caring. It means caring without clinging, loving without expecting to be repaid. Imagine giving love the way a tree gives shade. The tree doesn't say, sit under me and then come back tomorrow. It just gives, naturally, freely, without expectation. But here's the secret. The tree also doesn't suffer when someone walks away. Why? Because the tree knows its gift is complete in the giving, not in the receiving. What if you could live like that? What if you could give your love without tying yourself to whether it returns or not? Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds peaceful, but I'm human. I still want to feel loved. Of course, even monks feel that. But here's the thing. There's a big difference between wanting love and needing love to feel complete. When you want love, you're open. You welcome it. You appreciate it. But when you need love to prove you matter, to feel whole, then love becomes a burden, a dependency, and suffering always follows. So how do we change this? Start by sitting with yourself. No distractions, no TV, no phone, just you and your breath. Ask yourself, am I enough, even if nobody calls me today? If that question hurts, it's okay. That pain is an invitation. It's life asking you to come back home to yourself. And this is where Buddhism shines. We don't tell people to suppress their feelings. We don't say, don't feel lonely. We say, see the loneliness, sit with it, breathe with it, and understand it. Because every feeling you have is trying to teach you something. Loneliness isn't a punishment. It's a pointer. It's showing you where you've forgotten your own presence. Let me tell you a little story. There once was an old monk who lived alone on a mountain. People would often ask him, "Don't you get lonely up here?" He would smile and say, "How can I be lonely when I'm always with myself?" That monk understood something powerful. He wasn't waiting for someone to fill him. He had filled himself with silence, with stillness, with a deep understanding that everything he ever searched for in others was already inside. That kind of peace doesn't come from outside. It comes from releasing expectations, from letting go of the idea that someone else has to complete your story. Now, let's talk about love again. True love in Buddhism is called metta. It means loving kindness. But here's the part most people miss. The first person you must show metta to is yourself. Talk to yourself gently. Hold your own hand in your heart. Forgive your past. Bless your wrinkles. Embrace your quietness. And slowly, something beautiful begins to happen. You stop chasing. You stop begging. You stop feeling small. You begin to walk through your days with grace, with dignity, with a smile that doesn't ask for approval, and you become a light, a calm, warm light, even if no one notices. Because the truth is, your presence is enough. Your breath is enough. You are enough. And from that space, miracles unfold. Sometimes, when we stop needing love to survive, that's when real love finds us. Not the kind that pities you, not the kind that comes out of guilt, but the kind that respects your strength, that admires your calm, that says, "Here is someone who is whole." So no, dear one, don't beg for love in old age, because you are love. Now breathe. Feel that? That's you, returning home to yourself. If this message touched something in your heart today, then take a moment to honor that. Share this message with someone who might need to hear it. Leave a comment. Tell me how you're feeling. And if you want more calm wisdom like this, subscribe to the channel. Remember, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. And your peace is always one breath away. Thank you for spending these moments with me. May you be safe, may you be well, and may you be at peace.